Hey guys, Sundar here from C4E Tech, and recently Motorola came out with two devices, the G5S and G5S Plus. Now it's only been a few months since Motorola introduced the G5 and G5 Plus to the market, so it kinda took me by surprise that they would come out with follow-up so soon. Maybe Motorola is looking to score a 6 with these new entrants, as this has been a very up and down year for them. But can these new mid-ranges hold their own? Let's talk about that. Like we always do, let's first start off with the build and design. I had mixed feelings about the build quality of the G5 Plus and felt like the plastic trim surrounding the metal back took away quite a lot from the premium feel of the device. Well, Moto has decided to fix that gripe this time around by going for an entirely all-metal unibody design. Personally, I like this change a lot. Also, the Moto dimple makes a return. Overall, I'm happy with the little tweaks that Moto has done to the G5S and its bigger brother. My only remaining complaint here is about the camera bump, but it might be a necessary evil. We'll get to that later when we delve into the optics. Enough of the outer appearance. I'm sure you guys want to know about what's inside these new phones. In a disappointing move, Motorola decided to go with the same internals, RAM and memory configurations as they had with the earlier iteration. So the G5S got the Snapdragon 430 chipset, while the G5S Plus sports the Snapdragon 625. Moto here went with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it attitude, but to be honest, I would have liked to see a slight speed bump under the hood, especially given that the Snapdragon 630 is available in the market right now. After all, this is something we have grown accustomed to, especially when it comes to the S iterations. Fans of a certain fruit company will get this one. So till now, I have been going on about things Moto didn't change. Well, for a change, let me tell you guys about some of the things that Motorola did tweak on the G5S and the G5S Plus. First off, most of you guys love big screens, so you'll be quite happy that both phones got a bump in screen size. The G5S now sports a 5.2-inch screen, up from the 5-inch screen of the G5. And as for the G5S Plus, it has an even larger 5.5-inch screen, up 0.3 inches from its predecessor. Another place where Moto did make some changes is the battery department for the smaller G5S. A slight 200 mAh increase now puts the battery of both the G5S and G5S Plus at 3000 mAh. I can't say much about the battery performance, but the increased screen size with the same 3000 mAh battery on the G5S Plus might mean that it would struggle a bit in the battery life department. No such worries for the G5S though, as the increased battery power should offset the bump in screen size. However, this battery capacity increase comes with the con that the battery of the G5S is no longer user replaceable. You can blame that on the metal unibody, but in my opinion, it is a pretty decent trade-off, all things considered. Speaking of trade-offs, the G5S also loses its microSD card slot. Instead, Moto has bundled in a hybrid SIM slot. What do you guys think about this decision? Do you wish that Motorola has stuck to their removable back? Or is the better build quality worth it? Let us know in the comments below. And finally, we come to the cameras. Moto here has really stepped up their game, on paper at least. The G5S received a boost in both front and rear cameras, with the rear shooter now capable of 16 megapixel stills. Video output though is still capped at 1080p, although I suspect that has more to do with the 430 chip underneath than the camera module itself. The G5S has also improved its selfie game with the wide-angles 5 megapixel snapper now having an f2.0 aperture as well as a front flash for taking pictures in the dark. As for the G5S Plus, while it did not receive a significant bump in megapixels, it got something arguably quite a bit better. The camera hump on the back of the device now sports a dual camera configuration, with both of them being 13 megapixel f2.0 optics. The horizontal placement flanked by the dual flash reminds me of the recently launched Moto C2 Force. They're not the same camera modules though, and as of now we have no confirmation yet of the features this dual camera setup on the G5S Plus is looking to bring to the table. Considering that we picked the G5 Plus as the best camera phone in its segment, we can only hope that Moto improved on the already excellent experience by adding a few cool features like portrait mode and added bokeh effects. Not to be left out, the front camera on the G5S Plus also gets a spec bump to 8 megapixels with an f2.0 aperture. Lastly, we come to the software experience. I personally love the stock Android interface, and Moto's subtle enhancements are the perfect sidekick to the fast and fluid Nougat UI. While nothing was specifically mentioned, we hope that the devices will come out with the latest versions of Android 7.1.1 Nougat. With that, let's discuss price. While Indian prices are not yet out, we do have European prices to go on. The G5S and its older brother will retail for €249 and €299 respectively. Translated to Indian prices, those are around the 18.5k and 22.5k mark respectively. That seems like a hefty margin to pay for just some minor improvements. Makes me wonder if this phone should even exist at all, especially in this price bracket. Like, one explanation for all of this could be that they did not want to anger the buyers of the Moto G5 and G5 Plus. I mean, if you had forked out upwards of 12K, actually 16K for the highest end variant of the G5 Plus, you would feel like Motorola just ripped you off by launching a newer device so soon. I'd really like to know what you guys think, so share this video, and if any one of you have bought the G5 or the G5 Plus or known someone who has, ask them to tell us what they think of this entire scenario. While we will have to wait for the Indian launch, at over 20K, the G5S Plus will be pitted not just against the Honor 6X or the Cool One, but against flagships of yesteryear like the Mi 5 and the Honor 8. And it just doesn't have the internals to put up much of a fight. I think under Lenovo, Motorola might have lost their way a little bit. What do you guys think? Smash the like button if you agree, and if we get enough likes, we'll come out with a video on that, on how Motorola's transformed under Lenovo. If you're excited for that video and are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that we guys can always reach out and keep you informed on the latest happening in the tech world. So thanks a lot for watching. This is Sundar from C4E Tech, leaving for the moment. Have a great day.